My account has made a major upgrade. For today's video, I'm going to take you guys down into my Cece Raids account, going into my dungeons, and show you guys where I'm at in the Ice Golem. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. As I mentioned, we are on Cece Raids today. I recently did a 200-day account update for you guys on my other account. Well, I wanted to show you this account, which has also recently hit that 200-day mark. On this account specifically today, I want to share with you guys how I'm doing in terms of my dungeons, and specifically, as I said, Ice Golem, because I have hit a new milestone on this one. That is right, I have hit stage 25 on this one. I am so excited for that because I feel like I'm now kind of making progress through my dungeons, and now I can simply just kind of improve the time. So it obviously is a slow run. It's a 9-minute run as my best time. This can 100% be worked on, and I'm sure I will get this time down eventually, but for now, I've kind of just been running through, and as soon as I was able to do stage 22, I tried 23, I tried 24, and I got to 25 and did that one. So I think I can kind of tweak my team around a little bit and maybe improve this time and get that faster dungeon time that I'm looking for. But for now, I was just pretty excited because I was actually able to hit it and do this. So I want to take you guys through who I'm currently using and kind of my strat with it. Now with Ice Golem, I have kind of been playing around with the champions I'm using in the team, but I guess the key thing is to actually understand what we're working with here. So he essentially has a ton of AoEs, right? He's always going to be hitting everybody in here. And he also has a chance of placing that freeze debuff, while he himself is immune to things like stun, freeze, sleep, and also has skills that do quite a bit of damage. So there's different ways that we can kind of approach this, and champions that we essentially want to bring along in here. And one of the main things I was kind of focusing on with my champions was number one, survivability. So having somebody who can kind of keep up with heals, provide some type of revive was helpful. Having AoEs as well, because we do want to try to attack those minions alongside of this boss, because the minions are pretty annoying as well. And if we can take them down, even better. Otherwise, you run into a little bit more problems. So AoE was needed for that, but also something that can get through those waves kind of quickly to help improve the time, which is something that I'm going to have to try to work on to get a faster time. But that was kind of the basis of where I started. This is the team that I've currently run to actually get this time. As I said, I think we might be able to slightly improve this, but kind of give you a quick look over who I'm using and why. So Thor, first off, using his aura, which is going to increase my ally attack in battles. First skill, attacking an enemy twice, having that chance to go again. Skill 2 and skill 3 also both being AoEs, which I found pretty useful. As I said, getting through the waves and actually attacking him, placing a increased attack buff on him and a crit damage buff on the champ, also very helpful. And then having this really good passive. So in general, I found Thor to be a really good damage dealer in here. Next, I wanted to bring along somebody else that can kind of help out with providing a little bit of the wave clearing and then a little bit of support. So I'm actually using the Frost King, and I also made a video on this champion. I've been trying really hard to actually make him work and fit to my teams, and he was actually the one that has allowed me to get as far as I did. I was actually pretty stuck in these stages, and then I decided to throw him in and I managed to do it. So for now, he's gonna stick in here. Part of the reason I do like him is the fact that he is able to provide that freeze, but it is also that perfect veil buff. I found the perfect veil to actually help with survivability in actually getting to that boss floor and when I'm going ahead and actually fighting him. So that's kind of the main thing that was helpful with this champ, is the perfect veil. And then having the AoEs as well, which provided the decrease of the attack buff, decreased accuracy as well, and then providing increased crit damage buff on all my allies, allowing them to get a little bit more damage output in there, having the strengthen buff and the increased defense buff as well. So him kind of being brought along to buff everybody up a little bit, and then also a bit of the wave clearing. I'd love to know who you guys are using for your current Ice Golem team, so comment them down below. Next up was needing somebody who would be a support champion. This is where Godseeker Aneri is coming in. So I do like having her because first skill is going to provide a bit of a heal. Second skill is going to attack everyone and heal everyone as well on here, and then affecting the duration of buffs, debuffs. Found that to be quite helpful. Having a revive for now, I feel like is essential for me and my team. It's nice to have that bit of a backup needed. And because she is booked, the cooldown is also pretty great on her. And also filling the turn meter, very, very helpful. And then having her passive as well, so increasing the healing as well. And then she's got that active effect. So in general, she's kind of my staple support unit who I felt was kind of necessary to bring along. These last two champs have actually been playing around a little bit. So bringing along Noct, actually, he has been pretty helpful in here because he does have the decreased accuracy debuff, which is helpful. Having an AoE as well. And with this one, having the sleep debuff and the poison. So I found this helpful for the kind of side minions in there with the boss. Having the ally protection buff on allies except this champ, and then can heal. So again, bringing somebody along that can kind of help out with the support and the healing, I did find to be useful, as well as his passive. So it's really the ally protection continuous heal I found very useful, but also his skill too in terms of kind of attacking those side minions. So for now, that is why I'm using Noctin here. I do find him to be pretty helpful in the team. As I said, I managed to kind of get down here. I have tried to swap him out for somebody else and it hasn't worked yet. So these are the last two places. As I said, I'm kind of playing around with this still. And the last champion I'm currently working with on here is Pixneal. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say it, but she is a champ I've brought along for a few different reasons. One, her passive, immune to freeze debuff. So the fact that she's immune to that has been very helpful. Fills this champion turn meter by 25% every time an ally receives a freeze debuff. So one of the main reasons I feel like she is working in here. She's also got the active effect where she can remove the freeze debuff from allies. So as soon as I saw that, I figured she'd be very, very good here. I do like also she does have an AoE in there, and then having that chance freeze debuff for a turn. So even though like he's immune to it, helpful to have with the waves kind of getting there. And then having her increased defense buff, continuous heal buff as well. And then kind of you could see with the placing the weaken debuff on all enemies, again, pretty helpful at actually getting there. And then first skill as well, having perfect veil. I mentioned this already with some of the other champions, but I do find perfect veil to be very helpful here. But her main goal, like I said, the passive I found very, very helpful so far, and probably the reason that the team has kind of successful. So another support unit, but kind of feels like a different role I'm not getting currently from the other champions. So that kind of gives you a look into like who I brought and why. As I said, I'm still kind of playing around the team and like swapping out a champ here or there and seeing how they do. But as I said, as you can see for the wave clearing, it's been really nice to get that freeze, I get that poison, and I'm not having to worry about kind of on my way there getting hit too much or really losing a champion. So I have found them to be very good in terms of wave clearing, even if for now it is slow. It's gonna be the next goal is really trying to speed things up here, but so far they are getting the job done and working. So in terms of swapping out, I think I'm gonna play around with this, take one out at a time. So I might try to take out Frost King first, see who else I can place in there to fill that role. Might try to get someone that can do a little bit more damage since I do have quite a bit of support on this team. Otherwise, if I don't do him, I might try Noct or Pixneal. Again, I feel like I'm just gonna pick a name and go with it on how to actually say it, but I think that's really gonna be my strat now going forward, is maybe like swapping out a champ here or there and seeing what works and kind of playing around with it, and then trying to break into hard mode and see how I can do there. Now, the next step is going to be trying to do hard mode, because if I'm more successful there, then I might not waste too much time and try and really improve like speed times for some of these like lower floors. So I'm not worrying about normal. It's really going to come down to time. But guys, I am just so excited that I've actually managed to successfully do stage 25, and it was not a one-off. I was actually able to try it out in a few times and see. As I said, so far I've only tried to swap out Frost King, I think once or twice, and then both those runs failed. So I was like, for now, this is what I'm gonna go with. And next goal is really going to be trying to speed things up. But the fact that I was finally able to get here has been an accomplishment. As mentioned, that's kind of my current progress that I have going on. As I said, I might swap some of these champions out for potentially somebody else. And this is kind of the other champs that I've gotten this roster for this account. So trying to figure out maybe who else I can use. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can actually currently improve my team, comment down below. Let me know who are some champs that I should maybe swap out and try somebody else out with. And then maybe we can try to improve that time and get faster. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. So this is my current team kind of going along. You can see how they're working with the wave clearing. I do love the poison in there, the freezes, having the AoEs from Thor. So there's certain champs I really don't want to swap out of there. I think for now, for sure, keeping Thor and Godseeker Aneri. I do find them to be the most helpful thus far. But as I said, I am open to kind of swapping out the other ones just so I can improve things along. But have found them to be incredibly useful, especially when I do get to the boss and being able to actually freeze and provide a ton of debuffs on those side minions. Getting the debuffs on the boss as well, I feel like that is where a large portion of my damage is actually coming from, is any of those damage over time effects that I'm getting out of there. So I'm happy because it is still progress, even if it's slow. I hope you guys like this video and getting a look into my account. As a reminder, I am that early to mid-game type player, so working with whatever I've got. If you have any account suggestions for me and how I can improve this along, or who I should swap out, please comment down below, and be sure you subscribe as I'm going to be tackling Dragon's Lair next. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!